Any update on the employees, former employees of Liat 1974 Limited? Any update on whether or not they are positioning themselves or have accepted the 32% that was offered?
Well, you know, some are. In terms of the take-up, the percentage take-up, I don't have those figures as yet. I'll find out and I'll report next Saturday. But we encourage them to avail themselves of the opportunity. You know, I had an unfortunate situation in which I'm a former Liat worker. I consider to be a good friend of mine. She went to Princess Margaret School with me. No, she went to high school. Her sister went to Princess Margaret School with me. A pretty young lady, worked at Liat. She went to a meeting just over a week ago with the Antigua Workers Union. And when they were finished berating me, right? I didn't recognize how people so gullible. My dear friend sent me a text telling me I was so wicked. I got this stage, I had to say to her, you know what? I have an argument with you. All I can say to you is that government did not owe you all anything. We did the honorable thing, the empathetic thing, and we gave you a gift of 32% representing our shareholding. So in the event we had a liability, it would not have been more than 32%. This notion that the government of Antigua and Barbuda owed the workers 100% severance. I said, I don't know how you have become such a convert. I mean, one meeting with the man, the Messiah, and this is where they kind of drill ignorance in the brains of people. I understand how smart people like she allowed David Messiah to be renting space in her head. Because it got to the stage, I said to her, look, all I can say to you is that we have made a bond available representing 32%. That is our decision. If you don't want the money, well, that's up to you. But we have, dealt with this issue in a very fair and equitable way. In fact, we didn't have to give you anything. And the irony about it, there's some people who are disappointed that the government intervened and treated Liat staff as though they're some special employees in the sense that we're giving them this accommodation. How many people worked for entities that went bankrupt in this country and they got nothing? Huh? Exactly. And it was a very dangerous precedent to set, but we went the extra mile for them. But, they say no good deed goes unpunished. And here's a situation in which you have people who trying to curse us because they're holding on to the foolish rhetoric from Messiah et al. So I said to her, you know what? Tell Messiah that if it is indeed that the government owes you 100% severance, well, tell him go to court. But you're not going to court. All you do is fooling the people in them and giving them some sense of false hope that if they pressure the government that they can get 100%. And it's just utter nonsense. Now, they're not even giving us some credit for the fact that our government went the extra mile and literally at least reinstituted, or for that matter, reincorporated new Liat 1974 Limited. For 4 years, we carried over 100 and something staff at Liat. Even during COVID, if you all recall, they got paid. If it wasn't for the intervention of the government of Antigua and Barbuda, 100 something staff would have been home, and some of them probably destitute. I agree that they sacrificed, they worked for reduced amount and so on, and we appreciated the sacrifice that they made. But what about the credit of our government going into loan, or the 3-4 shareholding governments dropped out, and then we revamped it, have Liat 2020, which has good prospects. We're providing employment, even new employment. I got a message from Mr. Jarvis at the Transport Board. His son just got employed as a pilot at Liat. And there are many people who are calling saying they're so happy to have a job. And it is really the determination and resilience of my administration why there's even a Liat today. So we don't have anything to be ashamed about. We did all we could to first of all salvage 74 before it went down, and then to create new Liat 2020. And this idea that the government has robbed them of this severance. I mean, these people need to, what I should say now, be reasonable and to understand that what Messiah and those in the union say not true. All they want to do is to continue to spread lies and misinformation, because they know that these people are still somewhat vulnerable, and they will believe anything. And if they believe they can get 100%, and Messiah says to them as somebody who maybe they probably respect, that they owe 100% and they should settle for 100%. Well, if you decide not to take it, and let me put this out there, yeah? If those monies remain unused, we just take it off the table.
Are you giving a deadline?
No, not at this point. But I'm just saying here, if we give you a gift, because it's a gift, okay? of 32% is about $20 million. Farmer workers of Liat, and you decide you don't want it. What are we to do? We take it back and use it elsewhere. $20 million can build a school, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So they better make up their minds. You either accept it or leave it. We don't owe you nothing.